So a guy asked me in an interview how I know when to kill a feature, and I gave him the real answer. And I just want to let you know I didn't get the job.
You told him the truth.
I told him the real answer. So here's the answer. If you're asking when to kill a feature that you have built already, you're already lost. Welcome back to Arguing Agile. And if this is your first time, welcome. I'm your host, Product Manager Brian Orlando, and this is my co-host, Enterprise Business Agility Leader, and the Reaper of the Roadmaps, Mr. Patel.
Reaper of the Roadmaps?
Today you are.
I thought I was the funeral director of features.
One or the other. Like everybody asks the same thing. When do I kill this feature? Wrong question,
Yeah, wrong question. Right.
So
yeah, asking when to kill. You're behind the 8 ball already. You've wasted something by now.
We're gonna take that question apart and into 4 questions that you should have asked instead, and then we're going to talk about some of the things that I have here on the screen. Asking when we can kill something obviously is a tell that you don't have really great discipline in place, or you don't have the phases of software development of the sunsetting or the exploratory phase, and then the exploitation phase or the maintenance phase or whatever you want to call it, and then the sunsetting phase. You don't have good, or like alpha beta production probably is not something that they talk about at your shop either. A few things like that. And then number 2, we're going to talk that nobody can kill the CEO's pet pilot or the CEO's pet feature or whatever. That's where a lot of people that might listen to this podcast are, this is great, but it's not realistic to me.
That's right. Yes.
That doesn't work in the real world. It's product management doesn't work here. That's right.
Yeah, that's right. we haven't tried it really, but it doesn't work here.
And then we're going to try to talk you off a ledge about that. There's no killing things. There's just sunsetting. Okay.
Great episode.
So if asking the question when to kill it is a tell, here's another trap. Okay. The 2 things that you would use to make that call are the 2 things that you can't trust. The metrics got gamed the moment that you tried to track those specific metrics.
Absolutely. Right?
Yeah. So, and the other one is, well, our biggest customer would they'd throw a fit, they'd riot, or other things that nobody can actually disprove.
Right.
So you're between a qualitative and quantitative rock and a hard place. Right?
One you feel, the other one really hits you.
That's right.
Oh my goodness.
That's right. That's this category. So the data is not going to help you, but there are some arguments.
There are some definite arguments. So let's get into the Steelman.
There's a cynical take on this one, isn't there?
There's certainly a cynical take, but this one might actually take some people by surprise because they always say the numbers are the numbers.
That's right.
Right?
Numbers don't lie.
They don't lie. Exactly. Except they do.
Yeah, I've been in shops where I say this, and I think I said this on one of our podcasts about the numbers are the numbers. You know what I mean? Numbers don't lie. Just use the numbers to cut features. That's a cynical take. If you think about that, I was, how is that cynical? That's the way it is. Until we were prepping for the podcast. Actually, that is a cynical take because now we're just being quantitative. We're ignoring the qualitative. We're also ignoring a bunch of other stuff that you can't see in numbers.
Exactly. And the sources of numbers matter as well, right? Where are you getting this stuff from? If it's not your own generated source, then it could be tainted. So again, these are numbers, but are they really? Yeah. Can you trust them faithfully? That's the question.
The academics point here of you got to just instrument everything, and then you can be more data driven or data decision making or whatever it is. The academic who's going to say, you just instrument everything, and then we can decide based on the data because we have to instrument. Maybe that can be our definition of done. Everything gets instrumented, and normally I would agree with that. That's a great idea, concept, but I've also been in a bunch of startups that are like barely hanging on.
Sure. I mean, again, we talk about opportunity costs. I mean, how much are you going to invest in instrumentation?
Right.
You could be just throwing things out there, let the customers kick it and see.
I've been at quite a few companies that had no instrumentation, just like developer level logging. You can't even go to a dashboard. You got to get develop. You basically have to pull a developer off of what they're doing.
Yeah.
To go figure out anything. And I'm like, guys, believe it or not, it's a hard fight. Maybe the logging thing can be a separate podcast because I don't want to dig too deep into it now, but the logging thing, instrumentation, so that people that are non-technical can go look for signal themselves without just, stopping and stopping a development team member, whatever.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one.
That requires commitment and intent, and some expense, right? You're actually going to take some time, trouble to do this, right?
And there's nuance there too, because you can go. I mean, a whole team could be doing this for a half a year,
depending on the product. Yeah,
depending on the product. Yeah. No, but yeah, the academic is taking the nuance out of this, and it's just instrument everything. Super easy. Isn't it?
It's taking a little bit of an extreme view right there.
How long you want to keep them logs? Forever?
Exactly.
90 days? Like those logs could be big.
They can. Yeah. Especially if you're logging at a lower level.
Yeah. The other thing to point out now is Campbell's law, the metrics, when the metric becomes the target,
they become meaningless.
It basically ceases to be useful.
Yeah.
That's a good time to point out that Campbell's law is like full in effect here, besides the fact that there's a bunch of other stuff going on. Anyway, the practitioner's low usage can still be load bearing. The practitioner here they're not going to win any arguments with that point, is what I'm saying. It doesn't get used a lot, but the people that are using it are the people that matter. Those are the cases that I've made as a product manager.
Yeah. So in this case, maybe the people that are using it, I mean, they're a smaller population, and you're really looking for stronger signals to build something a bit bigger and more complex.
Right.
So it's not the end all product, but it's an interim product. Maybe you want that feedback.
I'll tell you. I'll give you a real scenario from my time in DefenseTech. Is we built a product that was sort of like how to describe it. It was sort of like how to orient yourself to the information environment, like the information environment meal. Oh, what's going on the internet today? Like, where are you going to go to figure out what's going on the internet today? What are the trending videos and headlines and hashtags and all that kind of stuff? Like, believe it or not, like that stuff has a rhythm to it.
Sure.
Where like, especially if you have tools that let you go see like how hashtags grow and spread and become other hashtags, because when you dig into it, you might find out that the source of those hashtags or what looks like organic movements online is really like state actors under hood.
Sure. Absolutely.
And sometimes they take other hashtags and they insert a different topic. So basically they like hijack.
Subverting them. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
The product was orienting you to what's going on today and then tracking it back to, where did it start? What was its source? What was its origin? Where are they trying to go with it potentially? Like analyst comments of where they're trying to go, that kind of stuff. And what we found out, what we want people logging in every day and spending, hours on it and looking around. What we found was what people would do is they'd log in. We'd look at their time, time zone adjusted. They'd log in the morning hours, 7, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, spend maybe 15 minutes in the tool. And then they wouldn't revisit the tool either until the next day or until like later in the afternoon, if there was a heavy media day or whatever.
Yeah.
And when I actually went to talk to some of those users, we found out that they really did value the tool, but they don't use it like we were thinking as like read every single thing. They would log in, orient themselves to whatever they were looking at that day, whatever they were interested in that day, because they didn't just have my tool.
Right.
They had a half a dozen others.
Sure.
Yeah, right. In addition to searching Google and doing whatever themselves, right? So 15 minutes, as long as they were doing it, every Tuesday, Thursday, or whatever their cycle was actually fantastic, because these are very busy people that are trying to chase, news stories and hashtags and inauthentic, activity over the internet every day. So they'd log in, orient themselves, figure out what things are, right, what things are wrong or whatever, and then go chase leads for the rest of their time. And that's how so basically they started the day by checking with me. I was like the morning newspaper that they checked with before they started the rest of their day. So it was a great compliment that they didn't have to spend a ton of time.
Right.
But I will tell you, as a product manager at that time, we didn't understand our users' usage of the product. So we had to change the way that we built the product once we learned that, the 15 minutes twice a week or 3 times a week or whatever in the morning is actually good signal.
Yeah.
And how can we leverage the little time that we have to make the biggest impact? It required a bunch of like UX changes and other things. It sent us down a different road is what I'm saying.
Yeah. So you've just highlighted, something we touched on earlier, the numbers, right?
Yeah.
The numbers aren't everything. You've got to really dig behind the meaning there. Right. So yeah.
Like I know I'm going long on category 1, but like, what does help with that? Having a designer on your team really helps with that. because they're the ones that want to pull all those threads when they see conversations like that, and also they're the ones that want to talk to people about, how you're using it, what's your workflow, that kind of stuff. Whereas the developers or the salespeople or executives or whatever, like they may not, they may assume like, of course that's what they're doing because whatever, and then get on to whatever their next assumption is, because they don't really have to test their assumptions and live in that world.
Must be nice.
Must be nice.
Oh yeah, 4.
I want this section to be called a better arguments or something like that. It needs to be called better because it's Steelman, and then it should be better arguments or better points or something like that.
Right. Yeah, because it's kind of saying 4, but there's no against.
There's no against. It's just It's just like here's the bad takes that you'll see. Here's the bad takes that you'll hear, and better takes. I guess it could be called better takes.
Yeah, that's fine too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this first one here, I mean, it really, no metric survives becoming the kill trigger. It gets gamed before it gets used. I'm just thinking here, that probably applies to most things rather than just a few. People will game the metrics to suit their own purpose.
Yeah, I mean, the second point here, the signal that you needed came before the build, not from the dashboard or the metrics or whatever after the build. Like that's the main one. That's the main one. When you're talking to people face to face about their problems, it's a whole different experience than trying to like
surveys and whatnot.
Talk to people over the internet, asynchronous over the internet, surveys, whatever.
Yeah.
The signal you needed came before the build. And if you were talking to people before you intended to build anything, you wouldn't have this problem. You wouldn't be in this boat in the first place.
Absolutely.
And if you think that you're a super busy back-end technical engineer, solutions architect, whatever, and that you're super busy with your own people and they're out talking to people, so you don't need to either, first of all, you're wrong.
Yeah, well, this is that old...
I don't know who I'm pointing at right now.
Yeah, this is that old mentality that, don't let developers talk to customers. I mean, that should be so 90s by now.
That is an old mentality. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And I think all the people that had that mentality, I think they're all dead. No, that's not true. I mean, maybe it's true. I don't know. I don't know if it's true. Thanks for coming on the live broadcast. Some of these don't need to be like spoken too much about
because it's fairly obvious, that one, isn't it?
Like decide what evidence counts before anyone's defending the feature or, has invested in the feature or whatever. Like if you're talking to customers, then you don't need to do this one.
Right. Yeah. But if you're not.
Yeah. Oh, we're going to keep that resume updated?
Yeah, that one.
All right, let's move on to the takeaway here. So stop waiting for data to make the call. Where's now I don't have Mark Zuckerberg as commander data. I don't I missed out on this one. All right. Decide what evidence would count before anyone's defending the features. So don't fixate on data afterwards. Fixate on data beforehand.
Yes, right. Absolutely.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's probably the strongest one we can make in this category. Let's get out of here. Let's get out of here. So tell me in the comments, what's the number your team hides behind? The one that keeps that dead feature moving along on life support. Let us know. So even the perfect number won't save you. The deadest feature is that a word? Is that a word? The most deadest. How about that? I know adjectives. The deadest feature,
as opposed to deadliest,
in your the deadliest feature. I'm keeping all this in your product. It's the one that nobody is allowed to touch, and that's what. Here,
that one's.
Let's talk about
sizzling.
Let's talk about. Listen, the suffering will stop once we've reached an acceptable level of suffering. Thank you very much. So the data can't carry the call. The most expensive decision in product is not when to kill it. It isn't doubling down. It's the one that nobody calls a decision. Just leave it alone. We're still piloting it. We're still gathering data.
Let it survive.
It's fine. We'll keep an eye on it. The worst one, the pilot, is funded by the CEO.
Oh boy, nobody will dare touch that.
Nope.
Right?
Nope. It's a shrine, not a graveyard. It's a shrine.
It is a shrine.
It's a shrine.
The graveyard's full.
No, graveyard's full. Next, bring out your dead. Bring out your dead.
Me dad?
Oh man. Yeah, it's like, listen, the executive, they fund everything. So they get to have their pet projects. They're funding everything.
They sure do.
Don't touch the CEO or the VP or whatever's pet project. Like,
that's a CEO right there.
That's a realist. You got to be. We're real. That's a cynic point right here.
Yeah.
Right. Like the practitioner and the cynic are very close on this one. Hey, killing the feature picks a fight that you're not going to win. That's the practitioner. I'm not going to pick battles that I know I can't win. That's a practitioner. Cynic and the practitioner they're holding hands. They're holding hands on this category.
Right. Yes. So, but one of the things I want to say here is, even though you don't feel like you can kill it, feel free to poke it gently. What I'm saying is, try and figure out why the VP is funding this.
Yeah.
Like, what's behind it?
Yeah.
Are you testing a new market with this thing? I don't know. Right? Try and understand it at least.
Yeah. Have some one-on-ones.
Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
Look at a Tableau dashboard together. Hey, sit down and go through the data together.
Tableau still a thing?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Are you kidding me? Yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't understand the academic in this category. Preserve optionality under uncertainty. I don't understand what that means.
Preserve optionality under uncertainty.
It's
don't rule out.
Yeah, don't rule anything out. Don't pick battles because you need, I don't understand that.
Well, that's the cynic and the practitioner. Don't pick battles.
Well,
right?
but the academic is saying ignore it. I think that's what the academic is saying.
Oh, really? Well, I don't like it.
Well, it's ignore it. Keep your options open. That's what the academic is saying here.
Yeah. So, again, it's the same thing I mentioned earlier. Try and understand the rationale behind it. Forget about who's funding it for a second and say, is this the best use of the funds, right? You're not going to change the VP's mind. You're just simply underlining that with, here's the alternative, perhaps opportunity cost. But they might be able to sway you by saying, we're exploring something new, a new customer, a new market.
I'm all
whatever.
about that. I mean, if they have money to burn, I'm all about moonshots. not Kimmy K3 moonshot.
Not those moonshots.
I'm all about we got some money to burn. We might as well shoot the moon on a couple of things. And, as long as we're not rolling the team off when the money is expended or whatever. Oh, we got a crack crew. We got sorry, I got the beginning of the 18 in my brain for some reason. I'm not going to do it. I'm not doing it. All right. Okay. You got optionality. We're not going to commit to anything. And if there's free money, then hey, don't fight it. Keep your options open.
Right.
Yeah. But also, a bunch of times I've seen teams like that are slick, sexy teams spun up real quick and then burn out and then they're all gone. I understand the viewpoint of just ignore it, Brian. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about this.
I don't feel comfortable with that viewpoint. You can't just ignore it. That doesn't make sense to me.
I mean, listen, the practitioner saying, hey, don't pick fights that you're not going to win is the same as the academic being, keep your options open. Keep your resume updated.
Well, those people aren't going anywhere anytime soon, right? Like you said, they're not ruffling any feathers.
Oh, boy. Ruffling feathers. I need you to be my eyes and ears, eyes and ears. That pet pilot survives on rank, not on merit. Also, not on evidence.
Yeah, well, if it's just a pet project, then the sooner you can prove that it's either going to work or not work, the better.
But it's a pet project, but also it's a pet project, but also again, people don't like to hear this, so I keep saying it. Sorry, of the person who owns the money is the real product manager.
All day. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So you're not going to kill that. You're not going to kill that thing. I mean, usually what happens is that person gets gone somehow, and then the project goes away.
And then the team goes away too,
Right.
if that's the team working on it. Yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
So what do you think about this one? A decision with no single owner defaults to whoever has the most to lose, not the most to gain. I'm going down the ego route
You
now.
are, definitely. Yeah. If we think about this for a second, I'm sure we can come up with decisions for products where this actually happened, right? They went down a cul-de-sac and never came back.
Yeah. I don't like this. The whole let's keep an eye on it thing. I don't really like it that much. It's the org is saying that we don't really know who decides this, and we're gonna kick this can down the road. That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like the Clint podcast of we're not really sure what role intersects with whatever role, and it also sounds like we don't have great product management practices. That's also
That's probably very true. If this is happening frequently.
Right.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comments if you have a pilot that's been almost decided and how long it's almost been decided.
How many months? How
That's
many
right.
years? I don't know.
So you tell us. All right. I want to know. I need a winner is what I'm saying. Pick me a winner. So we talked about the pet pilot surviving on authority alone. Every feature you keep is a bet and the cost is maintenance, but that's not the real cost. I mean, it is a real cost because
Well, it's a real cost, but it's also not the only cost.
yeah. The other cost is what you will never build because you kept that feature around. You can't see one feature at a time. Okay, you can't make decisions with being super close to seeing one feature at a time. You can make better decisions from a strategic altitude. You need to be in that rarefied air. You like my Macho Man fingers?
Oh,
up
yeah.
So you need to be in the product room where it happened. All right, you need and you can't do that when you're getting handed a roadmap. Okay,
Absolutely. Yeah. That second cost you mentioned, that is the opportunity cost that we refer to, right? You're not building something that you should be building, perhaps.
That's right. This is a great like title slide. I like the portfolio view is the only view. Like I really feel strongly about this one because I've been in a bunch of shops where, given just the feature that we're talking about and just the customer we're talking about, yeah, it makes total sense. But if you were to like mouse wheel back 3 times, now suddenly nothing makes sense anymore. And what the hell are we talking about? Like, what are we talking about? Like the hey, just ship what sales needs. Okay, sales says they need a PDF feature for this customer to be able to land the just ship it. Like how what is it going to take? 2-3 days? Just get it done, Brian. Why are you fighting this? Why are you not a team player, Ohm? Why are you not a team player?
You're being difficult. Yeah. So sales wants a, I don't know, fax this in color type of feature, right?
Right.
Nobody got color faxes, but that's okay. They want it. Give it to them. This happens frequently, though, at shops where they're handed features from, hand me down. Like, here you go. You're going to build this.
I feel you just highlighted exactly what I'm talking about. It's like you want me to build a fax feature, which in turn requires me to build a time machine to jump back to 1972 to be able to fax somebody. Like, get out! What are you talking about?
Right.
What fax? Are you kidding me? How about I just email you instead? There's email faxer where just email and then it faxes the fax to you from the email inbox, and that is 25-year-old technology.
It is.
My goodness, yeah. Just ship it. Sales says they need it. Just ship it, and get out of my office.
There's just no bigger picture view there, right? Maybe one customer did even ask sales for that. You never know.
But you would lose that fight 100% of the time until you come to a portfolio meeting where you're like, I got to build a fax feature, and everyone looks at you and you're, why are you looking at me like that?
Who are you? Yeah, exactly.
Who are you? And 1975 called and they want you back. Get back. Go back to the future or whatever. Yeah, they're going to look at you weird because your sponsor or whoever is going to go to that meeting and get torn up by the people with the funding.
That's true. I think from a financial viewpoint, a portfolio approach makes a lot of sense as well because obviously, money's not unlimited, right?
Yeah.
So where do you invest? You can't look at that unless you're looking at the portfolio. Otherwise, it's going to be my feature, your feature, her feature, his feature, right? That doesn't make sense.
Yeah. So the academic here is going to say, well, we just have to score every feature with rice or whatever other framework.
There's like 27 different frameworks.
Whatever other framework. Yeah. Whatever other framework. And just ship what they need. Or the academic score every feature on rice. Score every feature on rice. Like frameworks. As soon as I saw the academic who also, by the way, the academic in this Steelman, we will sub out for the CPO, the Chief Product Officer, or the VP of Product who's never done product in their life. Oh, you need to give me a rice score for everything, or this other framework that I read about this week. They'll sub these things in because they have no real product sense. They've never had to exercise a skill. That's how you know you're dealing with an academic, someone who's never actually experienced.
Right. Yeah. And there's a lot of people in this category.
A lot.
So sadly, in the product space specifically.
The funny thing about the Steelman here is the practitioner's point. Listen, we don't decide strategy anyway. What are you worried about?
Yeah, and this practitioner's point really is not. It is that someone hands you a backlog or someone hands you a roadmap.
Yeah.
And you're just going to go run with it? Really?
Yes.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I've worked with a lot of people like product managers like this. Yes.
Yeah, I have to. Sadly
is right. Because I'm like, yeah, but if you just stand up, like usually if you just stand up once or if you make the case once and you really hammer it home. Like, I'll back you up. The other product manager is going to back you up because they know this is the right way to do it.
Yeah.
They know you need to get evidence. You need to be testing your assumptions before you roll them in, and we can make some real progress. Or you just don't want to fight. What is it?
Or you just don't have the gumption to speak up.
I understand that, but like, if you're working with more senior product folks, they'll like, much like the volleyball like highlights, they'll put the ball up for you.
They sure will.
You know, they'll ask the questions. They'll ask the uncomfortable questions. And if I'm going to do any YouTube-isms, they'll ask the uncomfortable questions in those conversations
that no one else is asking.
Yeah, because the academic doesn't want to. Like, well, we got to score every feature with Rice. What if Rice is going to score the things that are most impactful low?
It may well do that because you're just simply going with objectivity of some kind, academic objectivity probably, and not exercising, like you said, your product sense, right?
So the Rice framework, breaking down the Rice framework, I just want to point out the Rice framework is reach, impact, confidence, effort. So in the reach, it's you measure how many people will be impacted by the product or specific feature within the time frame. Impact is you gauge the level of the benefit or change an idea will bring to users, rated on a scale from minimal to massive. Confidence is reflect how certain you are about your estimates for reach and impact, which is totally made up, by the way. And effort is calculates the total time and resources required to execute the idea, which again, totally made up.
Of course.
Because again, whatever you tell me is a time and estimate, I'm going to cut that in half and report that up. So
yeah, that's just how real companies work.
This has been the real. I think we started on the practitioner of, hey, you're not even in the strategy room. Why would you worry about that? And then we ended in the real world where we stop getting real and start getting real. What is a real world? What's the real world?
The real world is where everybody should be in the strategy room. That's the real world.
I mean, it is at like startups and small companies and stuff like that. Like that the real world is we make a decision and we're all in the room. We all talk about it. Yeah. Crazy. Do we have, I feel like we have some better points that we've waited 45 minutes to talk about. We're not in the room is the problem to fix, not an excuse.
I fully concur with that. Like, you're in the wrong room if you're not in that room.
The room where it happens. That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
That's right. Let me go get Thomas Jefferson to fix all this. If you're not in the room when you're talking at the portfolio level, like the funding portfolio level, boy, like I don't want to be the one. I'm going to make you do it because I don't want to be the one to tell people, like, if you're not in the room when they're talking about portfolio level concerns and you're in product, I'm not going to say you don't matter. I'm just going to say you should ask why you're not in that room.
You absolutely should somehow find yourself in that room. Okay, whatever it takes, because really that is the place you need to be if you're in product. Otherwise, dare I say it, keep that resume updated.
You should say it early and often. It's product cut out of the only conversation that matters.
Yeah. That prizes them.
Yeah. This is a bad category. I mean, like, it's a good category. It's a good category that we're talking about. Like, reviewed one at a time, you probably could lose. I mean, or win or whatever. Like, sometimes winning is losing in product. Hey, I got everything I ever wanted, and nobody uses the feature anyway.
Right.
Now you're the problem. Right.
So did you really win?
I feel like I win when I lose. It's Waterloo. Sorry. I don't know why I'm singing ABBA right now. I think the takeaway here is to stop defending features one at a time, price the whole portfolio. And if you're not in the room, you want to fix that before you start getting any kind of like kill this feature, kill that feature kind of list.
Yeah, I mean, you're not operating at a strategic level that if you're not in the room anyway, right? You're just simply building stuff. It might be the wrong stuff, but you're building stuff.
The room where it happens.
Yeah.
For the last time. So in the comments below, are your product people in the room where it happens? Or do you get handed the roadmap and told, just get it done.
Yeah.
Just get it done. All right. So every trap so far is the same trap. You built it before you tested it. Let's fix that.
Let's do that next.
All right. So, as you may have heard, you never had a problem killing features. Every dead feature traces to one move. You build it, hoping to find a customer later. You build it, and they
build
will
it,
come.
and that they will
That's
come.
right. That's right. That's called hope-driven development.
Hope-driven development
So,
is a real thing.
I got two fixes. I got tree fitty. Sorry, no, I don't. I have two fixes. That's what I have. One, no idea gets built out until it fully earns it with a signal. And two, every feature you own lives in one of three phases: exploring, exploiting, sunsetting.
Expiring.
Sorry.
Sorry, I'm going with the X thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, are we? Exploring, exploiting, expiring. Nice. I like that. That's a thing. There's no phase called kill, and there's no phase called limbo.
Oh, that's a good phase.
That's right. So the feature you can't name the phase for is the one that's killing you. Boom. But listen, we got AI now. We can just ship it and see. We can just ship it. You don't need all this stage gate, every feature stuff that the academic talks about. We don't need all this. We can just ship it and see. We can test it in the real world.
This is spray and pray, right? Just ship it out there and hope something sticks.
Daddy Dario told me I don't need to be in the room where it happens anymore. I can just fire and forget.
Well, he's not in the room where it happens, maybe.
That's so weird. I hope Kimmy K3 is not upsetting Daddy Dario right now. I hope he's not
losing a lot of sleep over it right now.
Yeah.
So if you're just simply doing that, and if something sticks, whatever you're shipping out there by using AI isn't going to stand up right anyway. It just looks like a feature. It's not going to work like a feature, right? Because you didn't put in all of the things that make it successful.
Yeah.
If you had built it intently, like for example, all the abilities, is it scalable, right? Is it safe? What movie was that from?
Yeah,
Rain Man.
It's definitely not going to be. I think it's Lord of the Rings or one of the other. It's not going to be. First of all, because shipping it is. Oh boy. I thought about during the week between when we knew we were going to do this podcast, I really thought about, I had a whole different podcast I was thinking about the whole time of like, I just want to pat the vibe coding kids on the head and be like, you're so great. Like I like you. You're cool. Like I'll put you in my top pocket and take you home. Like
then grow up.
They're so great because like when you ship something to see if it works, you don't have to worry about maintaining it. You don't have to worry about scaling it. You don't have to worry about if like every customer uses it every day, every hour, and every day. You know what I mean? You don't have to worry about like database contention locks and stuff like that. You just ship it and throw it out there.
Oh my God.
Good job. Good boy. You're a good boy. Have a dog biscuit.
And when it breaks, go build something else.
Yeah. Just move along. Like
never mind all that rep damage you're gonna get. Don't
worry about. Listen, nobody answers the customer like tickets anyway. Like we wait for marketing to say that we're going viral for people saying that our service sucks. Like that's what we wait for to fix bugs now in the modern age. Like that. Yeah, that's the Cynic. Just ship it. Just ship it and see. We got AI. Okay, don't worry about it.
What's funny is I actually know people like that. They come to some of our meetups. Just ship it. We don't need to make it work. Just ship it. Make it work as in like in the real world.
I mean, I get it. It's like before you would test the feature by making a wireframe and walking through it like magic. Yeah, like clicking a click through wireframe that looks like your app. The customer can't really tell that it's not completely functional.
You're not shipping wireframes. That's the difference.
Yeah, but it's Figma. It looks like your app. They don't know. You know what I mean? You get that aha moment. That's what you're looking for. You're looking to trigger.
That's how you should be getting signals, but not here's a product I just whipped out through vibe coding and, there you go. It's released.
Are we whipping things out? Is that what we're doing now? I guess
apparently.
We need to calm down.
We're using AI too.
I think the practitioner here is the one I have out of all of these. It's the one that I will take most seriously. That's what I'll say. It's the one I'll take most seriously because the practitioner is going to say, listen, we have a roadmap and it has dates on the top. Like I know it's a Gantt chart in disguise of a roadmap, but it has dates at the top, not phases. Okay. I have to meet these dates. So get out of my office. Like I understand you're saying I need to test the idea, but I got dates I got to deliver to.
So deliver those, deliver those things by those dates. But then, are they going to land? Because you don't know, right? So that's the problem. Our roadmap has dates. Dates have a habit of just arriving. They will arrive, and you'll deliver. But then, what happens after?
I don't know who's working at that place because I'm not working there where the roadmap has dates at the top. The phases, we did a podcast about this. Wow. Arguing Agile 193, product lifecycle phases from MVP to sunset, a guide for product managers.
Ooh.
That was a very long title.
That was but it was a while ago too.
But it was December 11th, a date which will live. That was December 11th. But it was Arguing Agile 193, December 11th, 2024. Where we talked about the different phases, which the phases that we coined here as well. They were different phases, by the way.
Yeah.
But I'm going to click on it because maybe I put in the MVP, growth, maturity, sunset. We had 4 phases: MVP, growth, maturity, sunset. But these phases don't have to apply to an entire product. They could apply to a feature.
That's right.
You could MVP a feature, and you can MVP a feature with Figma. Yeah, yes, kids. Figma's still a thing. You can still use it. Yeah, like I know Claude has artifacts or whatever now, Claude Design or whatever they have now, but you can still show basically clickable screenshots that look like a product. The customer won't be able to tell.
Right. But if you get enough nods from the customer, you can turn around and use Figma Make to get you all the way up to the the development level, right?
Or whatever.
It will turn that design into code.
Whatever your favorite AI product is, you can use that. Yeah. So your roadmap has dates, but I guarantee your roadmap, this is a product level decision, so it's not really on the roadmap, but you need to be at the portfolio level, like we talked about in the last category, to step through. At the portfolio level, is this investment, meaning product, right? Place we're spending money. Is it MVP, meaning like pre-market? Is it growth? Is it maturity? Or is it sunset, right? Growth means we're still spending a bunch of money. We're trying to acquire more customers.
Right.
We're trying to expand it. Growth, expansion. Or is it maturity, which is, I've been on a lot of products in maturity phase, which is like cost cutting, trying to keep costs in control, right? Trying not to spend too much money. A lot of capitalization happening in the maturity phase. Or is it in sunset? We're trying to run an enterprise with 2 developers.
Yeah.
Been there too.
Well, hopefully you're weaning customers onto the next product.
That's right. I mean, that's the point of sunset. Off-ramps.
Mm-hmm.
Sunset is a highway that goes to nowhere eventually with a bunch of off-ramps. Hopefully.
But you're right in Key West.
That's right. And the end of the road is just the end of the road. Boys and men are nowhere to be found. That's right. So do we have some better points? All right. We have some good takeaways here. I think what I want to leave the listeners with, here is you want to move your organization. If you're in product, you want to move your organization towards testing each idea before you build it.
100%.
That's kind of the whole purpose of this podcast. So if I have introduced this at pretty much every organization I've been at that I've been in a product capacity, is before you decide that you really want to build something, you need to explore as a test, which makes your QA people more valuable because they can participate in the pre-software development testing of ideas.
Yep.
And after you build the thing, they can be involved in the metrics and the actual software testing, afterwards, and the normal traditional stuff you think, and the gathering of metrics, like the business
post-launch even.
Yeah, the post-launch kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So they can be involved in a lot of different places. And it's sad that like the QA as a discipline is kind of going away because they're so flexible on the different places that they can help with.
Yeah, absolutely agree with this first point you just made about getting the signal first. No signal, no build. I like that. Unless you're being told by the CEO.
I understand.
And that is the signal.
I mean, but completely understand. But if you go and sit down and treat them like a person who this is not their, like software development is not their area of expertise.
Absolutely.
And just walk them through, hey, you have this idea. Here's the typical way. that we would test this idea against the market, walk them through lean startup, basically is what I'm saying. Walk them through the organizational of the goal. Like your operations folks should be able to help you here too, because they should be experts on the goal.
Mm-hmm.
But if your product people haven't read the lean startup and your operations people haven't read the goal, like, I don't know, like, go keep your resume updated. Like, I like at that point, I don't know, like the kill here of like, oh, this idea isn't good, we're gonna get rid of it. Like it's sunsetting. That's not really sunsetting what I'm describing. I mean, it could be sunsetting of like, there's no money in this anymore. We extracted all the money, or the market has commoditized and we moved on. Yeah. But it's sort of like, we want to run tests on the idea to make sure that we're not making a bad business decision on the front end.
Right.
On the back end, it's, we want to have an off ramp to other products or other, services or whatever.
Yeah, and your customer support people are a great conduit for getting those signals too.
Yeah,
right? Like, what are the real pain points now that the product's matured and people are using it? So you don't miss out on those avenues as well.
Right. So if there's a takeaway here, stop asking when to kill features, put everyone into the appropriate phase, exploring, exploiting, or sunsetting. Or if you want to go back and listen to Arguing Agile 193, the MVP, growth, maturity, sunset. Those are our 4 phases. I actually like those better than 3.
Those are better.
But listen, whatever you can get started with, do that. Okay, whatever you can get started with. I like having MVP as a phase in and of itself, because MVP is like a pre-explore phase. It's like, I haven't built software yet. I'm testing the market.
Yeah, I think some people get confused with that. They actually think MVP is a first version of the fully functional product, as opposed to just enough product there to get signal.
Oh boy. Well, if you like MVP, I can suggest to you Arguing Agile 141 from December 6th, 2023, minimum viable product. So every feature that you have, you can label it with one of these MVP. Sorry, not MVP. You can label it with one of these phases. One of these phases that we've outlined. Either the explore, exploit. Would you say expire?
Yeah.
Or the other, the MVP or whatever other phases that we have, and you want to gate them on real customer signals. Yeah. And then, sunset by a date. Pick a date. Listen, we pick a date to implement this stuff. Why not pick a date to get rid of it? Just saying.
So I think the date will probably be driven by the signal, the strength of the signal anyway, right? So you're not like just pulling a date out of the air.
I mean, listen, if you don't make enough money off this feature by X date, just cut it.
Yeah, your attention's better off on another feature or anher area.
Maybe. I don't know, maybe. So we have a final sticky for you. This is what we do. We open with the answer that I gave on the interview.
Yeah.
Is when to kill a feature. Like, that's a tell that you have other issues going on. Okay.
Yeah.
So now that you see it, like, the data is hiding like the real fix for your culture, your organization, whatever. So we have a few things over the point of this podcast to get you out of this hope-driven development. We give you a little sticky. You can put it here on the side of your monitor. You can look at it next week as you make your product decisions. Number 1, write the one metric that would kill this feature, and you want to check if it's gameable.
Yeah, see if someone can manipulate that. Absolutely.
Number 2, you want to put a decision date and one specific owner on any pilot that you're doing. Pilot also includes, we want to test this feature or non-feature against the market, right?
Right.
Because maybe you're a little more advanced and you don't build the features first. You test them against the market. Okay, cool. But who's the single decision maker? This is the if we're going to Amazon, this is the single threaded leader here.
Yeah. The yay or nay person.
Okay. Number 3 is you want to name the bet that you're not funding by continuing to spend effort on this.
This one I like a lot.
We didn't talk about this one,
Yeah, people forget this one all the time. Like, this is not very common that they name the bet you're not funding, because they're just so laser focused on the one that they are working on, right?
Right.
This is very powerful.
Right. And then the last one, phase every feature in whatever phase that you like. We talked about 2 different ones. I'm going to leave the one in here that says exploring, exploiting, or expiring. /sunsetting.
Right.
I like sunsetting. I like it because it's like we're rolling the sidewalks up. We're out of here. Okay.
That sun's gonna come back tomorrow.
Oh no, tomorrow. Okay. So If you can think of a feature that needs the snip, let us know in the comments. I mean, if you're not scared, if you're not too scared.
Oh, well, if you're there in the comments, by all means, please like and subscribe.